This is for the smoked fish dip, and we're going to marinate the fish for 2 to 6 hours, depending. This is like our kingfish marinade with the ginger, soy, sriracha, honey, but minus the honey just for the smoked fish part. And Chacha found the ginger paste, so I don't have to chop up the ginger, so it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit cheap. I like doing things easy. The measurements on the ingredients, though, is really just to cover the amount of fish. And I got some snapper here. And honestly, sometimes when you're filleting the fish, you don't always make the beautiful, perfect cut, or you have some scraps, you have some pieces. So that's what's we want to use all that we can. So the fish dip is really what I make for most of my bad cuts or just cuts that I don't use. But so I'm gonna put all of the fish that has been thawing overnight into the bag, and then we're going to dump the ingredients into the bag, and that's going to be that for the marinade. Something to remember is some people leave the skin on to smoke the fish. Some people, there's about a million different ways. This is just an easy way that we do it. The paste has to be stirred into the soy sauce. We're going to pour that in the baggie. And then we're going to take the sriracha. Now I've got it in the bag obviously for presentation purposes, but you would just pour it into the bag yourself. So there is the amount, and it looks like it's not enough, but I promise you it is. As you toss them around in the bag, it will cover everything. Don't make it like a soup. It's just a marinade, and you really only need it on top of the fish to make sure we're closed there. You only really need it on top of the fish to start that process. And then we'll lay that flat and put it in the fridge for about, like I said, about 2 hours, and that's going to be the marinade, and we'll come back and we'll season it, put it on the rack, and put it on the smoker. When we're halfway done, we'll get to starting on the rest of the batch. One thing I forgot to mention also was that if you don't have a smoker, you still can make this with liquid smoke. Be careful not to add too much to your marinade, but again, same rule applies, enough to coat every piece of fish. We started with 1.5 pounds of fish, so when we get done smoking, it's probably going to be more like about a pound, maybe a little less. So if you like smoked fish dip and you don't have a smoker, use the liquid smoke in your marinade, and then you can continue on with the process just as is. And honestly, I'd say it's almost just as good. But we're going to do this the real deal. We're going to put together our final mix with minus the fish, sans fish. Fish is still marinating, so we're going to go ahead and build this here. We're going to use, for the 1.5 pounds of fish, we're going to use 1 cup of mayonnaise and half a stick of cream cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the bowl, and put the mayonnaise and softened cream cheese, right? Put the mayonnaise in the mixing bowl as well. The next thing I'm going to do is add the sweet relish. I have a 1/4 cup of sweet relish. Be very careful that you don't add too much of the relish. It can overpower the mix. Excuse me, remember. Oh, that was too low. Be careful not to add too much of the sweet relish, because you can add too much and overpower the rest of the ingredients. You can always add, you can't take away, so be careful with that. The next I'm going to add is the mixture of dried powdered habanero, black powder, black pepper. And this is really, it's to taste. So if you're thinking maybe you have too much or too little, it's hard to tell. A pinch of each to start. Get it to taste from there. So a pinch of black pepper, a pinch of whatever pepper. You can use ancho pepper, you can use any kind of chili powder, anything like that. Just use a nice pinch of each. And then my secret ingredient is a pinch of, this is a healthy pinch, of celery salt. Celery salt is going to tie the sweet, the smoke, and the hot all together. It is an amazing piece, and I don't see a lot of folks that use it. It is absolutely wonderful. So again, I like to trend on the lower side of the ingredients as far as the flavor profile goes. You can always build it up, but you can't really take it back down. So we want to start there. So we're just going to mix this all together, and when we are ready for the fish, we'll put the fish in and see what we have and go from there. I may end up adding the other half of the cream cheese, more than likely from the looks of it, but we'll add the fish when it's smoked and see what we got. If we think it's a little dry, we can add the cream cheese, and with no consequence. And
just then,
the more I talk about it, the more I'm going to talk myself into it. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just looking at the amount here, because I know I have about a pound of fish coming for this. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add that other pound of cream cheese, and then when we're ready with the fish, we'll show you the smoking on that, and then we'll be done. What I forgot to mention was pick your green onion scallions. We bought these a year ago from the store, planted them, and we've been harvesting ever since.
oh my god, I forgot about that part.
Lay your fish out nice and evenly on the tray. Now I like these metal trays. They come in a 3-pack from Walmart. They're for fish and vegetables on the grill. Makes cleanup really easy. It's not expensive, and yeah, pretty great thing to use there. The big reveal. Whoa. We've got our smoked fish off of the grill, and now all we need to do is tear it up, put it into the bowl, and mix it up. Now, a lot of folks like to put this through a blender. I don't see the need to use the machine and make another bowl dirty or another utensil dirty. If you've smoked it correctly, it will come out just fine. It smells amazing. Do you smell this? So, you smell this? Oh my goodness, it smells so good. So I'll go ahead and shred all this up. Once we get all the fish in there, it's time to mix it in and serve it up.